For over half a century, one case has stood above all others as the ultimate American mystery. A case with letters, symbols, ciphers, and messages that challenged both investigators and the public. Today on USA Casebook, we revisit the chilling puzzle left behind by the Zodiac Killer and explore why some of the codes still remain unsolved even after decades of analysis. The story begins in Northern California in the late 1960s when a series of attacks shook the region. But what truly separated this case from all others were the letters. Carefully crafted notes sent to newspapers filled with codes, symbols, and threats. Each message was more cryptic than the last, as if the sender wanted the world to solve a game only he understood. The first major cipher, known as the 408 cipher, was cracked quickly by a schoolteacher and his wife. It revealed disturbing statements, but it didn't reveal a name, something the writer hinted would eventually appear. When the next cipher, the 340 code, arrived, it was far more complex. Investigators, cryptographers, and even amateur code breakers worked on it for years. While it was finally solved decades later with modern computing techniques, the solution raised even more questions than answers. But some ciphers still remain unsolved to this day. The Z13 and Z32 codes, short but incredibly difficult, continue to puzzle the best experts. Their length makes them nearly impossible to crack without additional clues. And if those clues existed, they may have been lost over time or were never meant to be found. Another mystery is the shifting style of the letters. Some messages were clean and structured, while others were chaotic and hard to interpret. Investigators debated if the same person wrote them all, or if someone else attempted to mimic the style. Even handwriting experts never reached full agreement, leaving the authenticity of certain notes uncertain. The case also raised questions about misdirection. Some investigators believe the writer intentionally planted false clues, mixing truth with fiction. Others think the codes were never meant to be solved, acting more as psychological warfare than actual communication. Every theory added another layer, but none provided the ultimate answer, the identity of the writer. Despite advances in DNA, digital forensics, and handwriting analysis, the case remains open in many jurisdictions. Small pieces of evidence have been revisited, reanalyzed, and cross-compared with modern tools. But each new test produced limited conclusions. Time has blurred the evidence, and many physical traces no longer hold usable information. What remains today is a mystery preserved in paper and ink, a puzzle that still challenges experts, a case that refuses to close, and a name that remains hidden somewhere behind symbols that have never fully revealed their secret. The Zodiac case isn't just a crime story. It is a puzzle that America continues to solve. Decades later, the codes still stand as unanswered questions, daring the world to crack them. And until every cipher is decoded, every symbol explained, and every clue aligned, this case will continue haunting investigators and the public alike. This is USA Casebook, where the biggest mysteries never fade.